I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea if any of this is set up right, but I think it is. I don't know. Charge, are you there?
I'm here. Hi.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any echoes?
No,
Okay,
which is
good.
awesome.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
Cool. Charge. No,
Hearing
sorry,
myself
you're charged.
once is bad enough.
Hey, Zach, can you hear me? You should be able to hear me. I can see him. Yeah, you're nodding at me, but okay. But you can't talk to me. Oh, I got to take the thing off mute. Hold on, I got one thing I didn't do. He told me to do one thing. I had one job.
A lot of moving parts.
Sorry,
we can't get a hold of Parrish, so Alexis might have to pick for Parrish, but we'll figure that out.
So crooked right now.
Oh,
hold on. Okay, I need to right-click on the StreamYard tab and click Unmute Site. That's what I need to do. Right-click on the StreamYard tab. So I can do this, guys. You just stay with me. Everybody be cool, okay?
Yeah, we're being
steady.
cool.
Unmute. Oh, yeah, there it is. Unmute Site. How about now, Zach? That didn't work either. Well, son of a bitch. Hold up one finger.
While you're trying to figure that out, let me quickly run down the scores chart. Here's the scores through 7 weeks of the Fantasy Charts Challenge. I'm in the lead with 144. Right now, I'm the only person ahead of Chris Hockey, who is the ghost this year, with 102. So I have a 42-point lead on Chris. But here's the good news. Parrish and Sauce, you guys had good weeks, so you guys gained on Chris a little bit. So Hawk has 102. Mark Parrish just 6 points back with 96.
Oh.
Sauce, you have 93, so you're within striking distance.
Hell yeah.
With 8 weeks to go. Zach Halverson at 72, so 30 points back. That's not great. And Creasel with 71, so 31 points back. But 8 weeks to go. Yeah. I'm far from a lock to be safe, although I'm feeling pretty confident, up 42 points. But Zach and Creasel have to pretty much start sweating now because a 30-point, what's the word I'm looking for? Deficit. Jesus, I got to get more sleep too.
That's
deficit. With 8 weeks to go, probably not where you want to be, but there's a long way to go. Good morning, Charge.
Good morning, everybody. Now, Chris, do I understand that you haven't, I assume, have not slept yet tonight?
Not.
Is that?
That is correct. Yeah. I've been up since yesterday.
That's not cool. Thank you.
No,
it's super cool that you're doing that. I love it. That's dedication, my man.
Yeah, thank you. I love the show.
You want to come do the Friday football feast with us?
Hell yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. Do you mind?
That'd be fun.
Do you mind that I got a bent carrot?
Okay. Hey, Charge. Before we get into the Charge Challenge and pick fantasy football players, I mean, how much of an impact? Because it looked like it was pretty great. How much of an impact did the Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua returns make on that game? Because man, it just seemed like that was a guaranteed win, and then they were both in the game, and it looked like that was one of the main reasons why we lost.
Yeah, it feels like the Vikings were not ready for that, and clearly they sprung Puka especially on us. I mean, they slow played that all the way up to the start of the game, and including the Adam Schefter planted tweet that was only about 4 hours before the start of the game. Like, I got to play, but the snap count's really up in the air. Well, the snap count turned out to be every play.
Yeah,
and Puka was just fine. And I think the Vikings were caught flat-footed by that. And those are great players. Those are, arguably the best two players on their offense. So, yeah, that played a big role in it, in the outcome of the game for sure.
Yep.
Along with a variety of other things that were frustrating that we will get to at the Friday Football Feast.
Lots
not that we're not going to have fun. We're going to have a great time, but we're also going to be honest about the things that did and did not work.
Yep, a lot of question marks, right? Whether it's Stephon Gilmore, Jordan Addison, Christian Darrisaw's health, the face mask, Jalen Naylor dropping that ball on third down. There were 5 or 6 things where you're like, oh, God dang it. Yeah. If that goes the other way, maybe the game's different. Paul, your hands up.
Charge, how badly does this team need some sort of interior pass rush?
They're getting none right now. Somebody had floated this rumor that I did not know was a thing about getting Dexter Lawrence. I mean, what that would mean for this team would be unbelievable. And, just the fact that in 2 straight games, blitzing, not blitzing, no pressure whatsoever is really concerning because that had been the hallmark of this defense and why the Vikings had been so good through the first 5 games. But Their inability to get interior pressure is clearly a problem, but also the fact that the edge pressure has turned spotty as well. We're getting nothing out of guys like Pat Jones right now. That's not helping either. Our first round draft pick is a talker right now. You know, when Jared Verse is on the field wrecking dudes all the time, and our guy can't find a way to get more than like 5 snaps a game, there's something up with Dallas Turner. It's not a great look right now.
Especially when the out on these national broadcasts keeps being, well, there's a lot of guys in front of him. There's a lot of talent in front of him. This was the guy that was favored preseason to be the defensive rookie of the year.
Right.
DraftKings / Vegas favorite. So you can't say he was the favorite to win defensive rookie of the year. And he's very good, but we got a lot of talent. No, come on, man. Get him in there. No. That's a pretty bad excuse. That means he's not ready.
It was their best players play.
And by the way, was it his fault that he was the 12th man on the field? Was that just him not paying attention last night during that 12-man penalty? That was a weird play,
I don't
too.
know.
Because then the camera zoomed in on him, and Flores was clearly pissed that there was 12 guys on the field, but it looked like they zoomed in on Dallas on the sidelines like, you shouldn't have been out there, buddy. Are you not paying attention? I don't know if that's the case, but that's definitely how they framed it on TV. Anyway.
And the penalties were, by the way, since you're talking penalties, I mean, just epic. Maybe it's just bad timing. Some of them were not legit penalties. There was the one that I think was on Gilmore across the middle of the field, the holding call in which there was literally like no contact between them. That was frustrating. The penalties they're badly timed, and 9 of them. And then wasn't this didn't we just break the Kevin O'Connell record for always winning when winning the turnover battle? Didn't that just fizzle as well?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So that's dead. Oh. A lot of things are wrong, unfortunately.
All right. Well, 9 to noon. You guys are in Dinkytown, right? B-Dubs Dinkytown.
Mm-hmm. Haven't been there in like 5 years. So they put us back on the map. We'll be in the shadow of Huntington Bank Stadium, and we'll play with kids. We'll play with the kids. That sounds weird. Maybe I shouldn't put it that way.
No, probably not.
We should probably dump that.
Yeah, that's be real cute. Be cool.
Yeah, all right, Charge. Who are the 6 options for the Charge Challenge this week?
These are running backs, and these are all great running backs. You can't go wrong. So there's
watch me.
Nobody can be unhappy with their selections. They're all good.
There he is. Hi, Zeko.
Hi, everybody.
We begin.
Yeah.
Hi, Zach.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
We begin with Seattle running back Kenneth Walker. I don't have the home and away. Hang on. I'll have to take a look at this as
I like his buddy Jay.
As we go.
Brilliant.
And Jimmy J.J. Walker.
Okay, let's see. Kenneth Walker is he plays
player.
for Seattle. Seattle is hosting Buffalo. Walker has scored touchdowns in every game but one. He's turned into a dual threat, and the Bills have allowed at least 56 receiving yards to runners in 3 straight games. Next, we've got Houston running back Joe Mixon hosting Indianapolis. In his 3 full games, Mixon is averaging a staggering 125 rushing yards and 1.3 touchdowns. The Colts are allowing the 3rd most rushing yards, 123 per game. Next up is Saquon Barkley. He'll travel to Cincinnati. He plays for Philadelphia, by the way. Barkley isn't catching as many passes as expected, but he's been great on the ground, averaging the 2nd most rushing yards per game and the 3rd most fantasy points. The Bengals have allowed rushing touchdowns in 6 of 7 games. Next up is Jets running back Breece Hall. He will be traveling to the Patriots. In the 2 games since Eden Prairie native Todd Downing started calling plays, it's been all Breece Hall with 30 rushing attempts and 15 targets in those 2 games. The Patriots have allowed the 2nd most rushing touchdowns, 9 already. Next up, Atlanta running back Bijan Robinson. He will travel to Tampa. Bijan is a gifted receiver, and the Bucs are getting killed by pass-catching backs. They've allowed the 3rd most running back receptions and the 3rd most running back receiving yards. And our final contestant, option, is San Francisco running back Jordan Mason. He will be hosting the Dallas Cowboys. He's averaging 5.2 yards per carry, and basically he never flops. His worst game is 58 yards, and nobody else gets any carries in San Francisco. Dallas has allowed the second most fantasy points to running backs.
These are all great.
All right, Kenneth Walker, Joe Mixon, Saquon Barkley, Breece Hall, Bijan Robinson, Jordan Mason. Those are the 6 options. Zach, via the old stream or whatever, is going to spin the wheel and tell us who gets to go first. Zacho?
To know.
Oh, I can hear it.
Can't go
It's spinning.
wrong.
It's spinning. It's spinning. Oh, Marco!
Oh, Mark Parrish.
Penny!
Let's check in on Parrish. Hi, Mark
Yes, he
Parrish. Hi, buddy.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing back home?
Good. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Are you in New Jersey? Where are you?
I'm in New Jersey. I got the first shift, our first show today from, I'm taping from 3 to 4, 4 to 5. Then I'm back, and I'm working the University of St. Thomas versus Minnesota Gophers tomorrow night.
Oh, nice. Is that at the X?
Yes, it is.
That's pretty
Yes,
cool.
It is.
So if your
It was
first
a heck of a game last year.
if your first shift is 3 to 4 today, and it's 7:53 Eastern time right now, my guess is you're going to sleep till
Yeah.
about 2:15.
My alarm goes up at 2.
Come on.
Good man.
That makes sense.
That's how it's
You're the
done.
best, Barry.
My alarm goes off at 2.
That's how it's done.
Mark, who do you want? Walker, Mixon, Barkley, Hall, Robinson, or Mason?
I am taking Joe Mixon versus Indy.
That's a great pick, Parrish.
Joe Mixon. Charge.
That's my number 1 selection.
Great pick,
Well done.
Parrish.
Look at Mark Parrish. Parrish, you're back within striking distance. Good luck, buddy.
Great
Back.
picks.
I'm back, baby. Let's
Go to
go.
bed.
See you guys next week.
All right, go
Good
back to
guys,
bed.
Mark, get 'em.
Bye, buddy. Love you.
You know what? He is not kidding either. His alarm is
No,
set
he's
for
not.
2
It's
o'clock.
unreal. He's
no
great at
doubt.
it.
All right, pick number 2.
Oh, boo.
That's got to be me.
Corey Cove. Take JJ Walker.
Somebody's getting booed. It must be me.
gotta be
Yeah,
me.
100%. We blew him all the time.
Let's go. I'm going to go Saquon Barkley.
My number 2 selection.
Yeah,
All right.
Saquon Barkley.
All right, sounds good. Barkley for me. Pick number 3.
Come on, now. Come on, now. It's freezing. It's frozen. It's freezing. Meat sauce. Paul Lambert.
Oh, saucy.
Boo.
It's got to be sauce now. Getting booed if I'm
Yeah.
already out.
I'll go
Kiss somebody.
Breece Hall at the Pats.
My number 3 ranked
Look at
running
us.
back. I don't know if you
1,
guys
2,
have
3. You guys
ever
are, like,
gone
really smart or
in
something.
order before.
Wow.
Yeah, let's see if we can go all the way 1 through 6. Let's do it. All right, so Breece Hall off the board. He was Chargers' 3rd ranked running back.
Breece.
Number 4 goes to
Oh, Zacko.
There's no
Is
reason.
Kenneth Walker still available?
Yes, sir.
That's my number 6
Which
ranked
number is
running
it?
back.
Oh, Helvy.
There you go.
It's over for you.
Zacko.
way to break the streak, Zach. Kenneth Walker. Sounds like he's putting up good stats, though.
He's already at Buffalo Wild Wings. Are you already at Buffalo Wild Wings? He is.
Sure is, yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
John got up for no reason.
Maybe.
No, it's Crease.
All right.
He's got it.
Good morning, Creasel.
Crease.
Good morning. I just stopped laughing at Sauce's text or tweet about Linda Blair's had fun.
Thank you, John. I'll see you soon, buddy. I love you.
Anyway, it's my turn to pick, right?
Yeah, it is.
John Robinson, and then I'm going to jump out of the window right now.
You're going Bijan
All right,
Robinson. You're
Bijan
gonna jump out of the
Robinson.
window.
That's the
How's Vegas treating you?
Oh, Vegas bangs. Yeah, but the Vikings don't. They went from Super Bowl contender to an absolute joke in 5 days. The Rams aren't good.
here we go.
Lewis Cine is the best first-round pick that Kwesi ever had, and he tried to steal my bit with the legs. Yeah, I'm done with this team, but not. I love them. I love you guys, and I will see you next Friday.
right.
Stop, hurry up and get here.
I'm on my
Love
way,
you.
buddy. I
Bye,
love you.
Trees. Bye.
Wait a minute. Is that where you're going? You're
Yeah.
going to oh,
Yeah,
I had
Vegas.
no idea.
Yeah.
You guys, man.
They beat you to it, though. They're already there.
Yeah.
They were at Stadium Swim at Circa last
Yeah,
night watching
correct.
the game.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
set my nut hair on fire.
Oh, okay.
No,
But
like-
hold on. If you'd slept in a
Singular?
bed last
No.
night,
No.
you have one nut hair?
No, yeah.
By the way, Charge, just if you're Alexis is here, and Hockey has apologized to her for everything he's going to say.
I gave him permission.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. She did.
You have one nut hair?
By the way, Chris is this is the 3rd or 4th time in the last month
Yeah.
you've had the final pick, which means you've had zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've truly been the ghost
Yeah.
almost an entire month, and you're still in second place.
And I like Jordan. I like Jordan Mason. I like that guy. I would have picked him.
Do you know who he
He's good.
plays for?
No, not a clue.
You're funny, Hugs.
All right, Charge. Anything else?
Buffalo Wild Wings,
Yeah,
U of M campus,
Yep, that's
coming
pretty
up
sweet.
9 to noon. We've got a variety of guests, including. Let me think here. Nordo will be on site, so we get Nordo for the duration, which we do not normally get, and that is that'll be nice to have. Get Nordo actually on site at a feast. It does not happen very
Nordo's
often.
the best.
Daniel House will talk Gophers with us. I know Michael Floyd is in the house.
Sweet, cool.
Yeah, and a variety of others. So yeah, it's we're gonna have a good time.
All right, one final question, because there's the two things that Abbott hates the most are when we talk video games and television
Lord?
shows. So I would like to. No, he loves that.
Oh.
So unless it's me talking. I saw that you tweeted about it, and we briefly talked about it yesterday with Gurzy, because he had never heard of the show Severance, and I was like, dude.
Oh, geez.
They have a release date, right? It's January 17th for season 2. My point yesterday on this show was I don't know how they reach the heights that season 1 reached, because I think it's one of the greatest first seasons and one of the greatest seasons in the history of television. High expectations. Are you a little bit nervous? Are you a little bit nervous that they just can't get there again in season 2?
Well, yes, because almost, if I look at the other shows that have had amazing first seasons, like Lost, and that tapered off badly. Dark is one of my favorite overall shows, but
Chicago
season 1 was the
911.
strongest by a mile.
Yeah.
And then Severance was unbelievable. As far as I'm concerned, this is as good a first season as any show that's basically ever been created. I think Game of Thrones is in that conversation. And just being able to keep that going, you should have a natural level of skepticism, but also excitement, because we get a season 2. I love the fact that a show that was as challenging and weird as Severance was ended up having a huge following, and a lot of people got into it. And I want to believe that says that just the taste of Americans and people worldwide are getting more sophisticated, and they're willing to watch more shows that really challenge you to just pay attention and follow the show, and aren't necessarily easy and are brilliant. And Severance season 1, it's everything you said. It's a 10 out of 10 season 1. And I'm just hoping that season 2 is even in the ballpark of that, because it was so much fun to just sort of try to digest what was going on. And episode gets over and you look at your wife and go, what the hell did we just watch?
Right.
Yeah.
I love breaking it down. So much fun.
It was
Excellent.
epic.
Real
Epic.
good is Tracker.
Yeah.
You love Tracker.
I like that show.
Charles, you're the best, dude.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
It's a
Best of luck,
network
everybody.
drama. That's all you need to know. Network drama.
Oh, boy.
GuillotineLeagues.com. That's Paul Charchian. The news is next. We'll talk more about the Vikings' loss to the Rams. This is the Power 2 Morning Show on the Fan.
Iber. Yo, bum-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo. Welcome back. It's the Power Trip Morning Show. It's 7:05 already. We made it through an hour and a half of the show, and I haven't cursed yet.
You have been super funny. Hello, Richard.
I don't know why they think my name is Richard. It's the weirdest thing. I keep
you
getting
should
an
be
email.
honored. The vice president emailed you.
Yeah. And it says, Richard, I'd like to talk to you. I'm like, well, I don't know if you think my name is Richard or you're just secretly calling me a D word. I don't know. These are questions that I ponder.
What's funny is when you first walked in,
Yeah.
you sounded pretty normal. You're clearly devolving in the
Yeah,
last
oh, yeah.
hour.
I'm having a hard time over here, brother.
You're getting
Yeah,
tired.
listen to the Hulkster.
I actually thought you were, max energy level when you first walked in. I'm like, wow, he's pretty clear for a guy that hasn't
Whoa.
slept clear. For a guy that hasn't slept in 24 hours and didn't sleep on the plane back from Los Angeles.
Couldn't do it. Oh, man, I watched the scariest GD movie.
What'd you watch?
I watched
Muppets Take Manhattan?
Terrifier?
Alexis, do you like scary movies?
I like the thought of them. I don't actually like watching them.
I like watching them on planes. 'cause,
Why?
you know,
That's like the worst place to watch
because
it.
like
He's
I,
at the end of his rope.
I can look around and like I know I'm not being haunted. I'm on a plane. You know what I
I
mean?
suppose, but if you scream, everyone's going to be like, is the plane going down?
I was overreacting to The Conjuring. You guys ever seen that?
Great movie.
It's a great
no,
movie.
I
Which
refuse
one?
to
The
see
original
it.
The
one?
original one.
Okay.
It's not just scary. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it is.
And it's all true, by the way, based on true stories.
It is.
Obviously.
Confirmed.
I mean,
obviously.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm going to tell you right now, it scared the living piss out of me.
You peed your pants?
It really did. I'm still wearing those same pants right now.
If you peed your pants, then there were 2 people in your row that peed their pants.
Well played, Corliss. Well,
Man, yeah. PA was sitting right beside me, and I kept going, oh. And then I turned
Like
the movie
Grape
on.
Lady.
and you turn the movie on.
Still one of the best videos of all time.
So good.
But if you haven't seen it, I encourage you.
All
like
right,
scary
Conjuring.
movies. If you like scary movies, you've probably already seen it. But if you've seen it before, watch it again. It's real good. Real good for a scary movie.
Okay.
That one lady's scary. She's good, though. I don't know what her name is. You know what scares me is when little kids are in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I hate it when the devil messes with little kids. Leave those kids alone, devil.
Yeah.
Once they're 18, have at it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
right.
Pinky.
I
know
love
better
that
than
take as if there's people who like when the devil possesses children.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
there's
I
gotta be
stand
some-
on the devil
Rosie
not possessing
does.
children.
Thank you, me
does.
too.
That's Rosie's thing.
As a plot mechanism, I enjoy it.
Yeah, correct.
I want to
Relax.
see what he does with them.
Relax, Rosie.
Yeah, man. You know
He
what's-
loves it.
You know what's real scary is like, because when something happens and you can picture it happen to you, that's the bad part. Like there's parts of The Conjuring where they're laying in bed and, their feet are dangling outside the covers because they're sleeping. And then somebody grabs their foot and drags them across the bed just a little bit. Doesn't pull them off the bed, but just enough that we're like, quit messing with me. You know what I mean? Right? And then they go back to sleep. Like I'm ever sleeping in that house again. I may never sleep again if something grabs my
Well,
leg.
you're off to a good start if that's what you're trying to
Touche,
do.
just
Right.
work here.
Sauce, where are your feet in relation to your covers in general? Do you have your feet under the covers?
Yeah.
Do you ever have your feet hanging off the
Who
edge of the bed?
sleeps with them off the
Yeah.
edge of the bed?
I would bet
actually, I
Tori.
guess my fiance does.
Do
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 you
you
wear-
sleep with them off the edge of
Do
the
you
bed?
wear socks, though?
No, I just
God.
wear my Chill Boys undies when
That's
I
it.
sleep. That's it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, just me and my wife and the dogs.
I know. That still makes... That's scarier than anything Chris
Your
just told
friends
me.
sleep in the bed with you?
Yeah. Scene Bear and Spinny Oom.
Then are we sure you're the father?
Yes. Wow.
Why? That's
Relax.
a fair question.
Take
If
a
there's
deep
3
breath.
dudes in a bed, like it's Charlie Bucket's grandparents.
Man, they were sexy.
Paul, your hands up.
The women in that movie that are in those beds.
Georgina
What
and Josephine?
Wow.
Yeah, that's their names, but they're going to need to show.
100% their names.
They're going to need to
At least in the
bathe.
movie. I don't know if it was in the book.
If we're gonna
Paul,
get
your
it
hands
on,
up.
they're gonna have to
Woodhawk.
wash it.
He would have cigarettes with Grandpa Joe and then get after Georgina and
Did you
Josephine.
hear what he said?
No.
They're going to have to wash it.
Well, come on.
They've been bedridden for
Thank you.
months.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Corey. Thank you.
But you would?
That whole house probably smells like a dumpster.
Oh, you know it does. Smells like a turtle cage. You know it does. Ain't just the house that smells like a turtle cage.
Relax.
You know what I mean?
Take a deep breath.
You know what I'm saying?
Take a deep breath. Easy, Hawk.
How great is it again?
Did you call
Charlie.
me Yeezy Hawk?
I did, yeah. Do you still have
It's
those
like
shoes?
Kanye and Chris combined.
Do you still have those shoes?
Oh, shut up.
And Chris, Charlie Bucket finds some spare change, and Grandpa Joe wants to buy tobacco.
Yeah.
Come on, Grandpa
It's the most
Joe.
sauce thing of all time.
Oh, yeah.
No,
no,
Charlie,
yeah,
have
you-
some chocolate. I don't need tobacco this month.
Yeah, I'm not going to need it this month.
Who's been buying him tobacco anyway if he's
Yeah.
been bedridden? Is Charlie
Yeah.
running like smoke runs?
I guess.
What is he
yeah.
doing?
Sure, man.
Sure, man.
Send that kid down to the grocery store and have him get me a couple of packs of smokes.
Yeah. See if he can grab a hook on his way back.
It's getting bad. It's over.
Remember, he apologized to Alexis. Grab a hook on the way back.
All right, time for the news. Thanks to our friends at Carboni's. Thanks, Carboni's.
Yeah, thank you, Carbonis. I love it. Let me see what I want to talk about here.
We'll get to
'cause I don't-
sports in a second. Obviously, the Vikings lost
The
30 to
Vikings
20
lost.
to the
Everybody
Rams.
else
They
won.
fall to 5-2. Yeah, that's right. The Wolves
Yeah.
won over Tampa Bay. Sorry, the Wolves won over Sacramento. The Wild won over Tampa Bay. So we almost had a shot at going 3 for 3, but the Vikes lose to the Rams 30 to 20. That'll be
Yeah.
next segment though with Saucy.
And I can confirm that our quarterback's head was still attached to his shoulders, but just barely.
Tough scene.
The guys on ESPN Sauce were briefly talking about the missed call on Sam Darnold. They are now previewing Cowboys and Niners.
I'm not kidding when I say this. And you see it a lot because it's you can see it.
It's over your shoulder,
Yes.
but it's directly in my view at all
If
times.
that had happened to Dak Prescott, it
9
would be
hours straight.
55 minutes
No
of
doubt.
the show.
No doubt.
It would be the entire show, and they would be a rule change, and then
They're like
Careful, careful.
Time of morning. They would have. Are you trying to? Are you?
I'm trying to put you to sleep. Shh, I'm practicing.
I thought I was deflating.
What are you practicing for?
Helping like a baby fall asleep.
Nice.
Maxo's here.
Maxo!
Everybody be cool.
All right, news.
A single winning Powerball ticket was sold in Georgia for Wednesday's massive $478 million jackpot drawing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the lucky ticket has a cash value of about $230 million. 2 tickets worth $1 million each. One was sold in Pennsylvania, one in Texas.
Apparently, the Powerball winner in Georgia has 4 bedridden grandparents.
Is that right?
Yep, and their house smells like a turtle cage.
Smoke them if you got them.
Paul, your hands up.
Woodhawk.
Woodhawk what?
The females in the bed situation.
I thought we just talked about
No,
this.
it's a different bed situation.
Well, yeah, now they're richer than hell.
Yeah. So that happened.
All right.
So
Hey, when does the jump to, what is it, $10, $5? What's the bid again now?
2025.
2025, the tickets go up?
25.
Is that Powerball or Mega Millions or both?
That's
No, I'm forgetting.
Powerball, I think. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can't remember
I
either.
must say something. I don't care.
Yeah, don't.
Cool.
I just
How you
remember
doing,
we all
Max?
complained.
Max, you gotta.
I'm wonderful.
You gotta wrangle him in.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm the person
Help
for
us.
that.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm gonna get wrangled into the chaos.
You can get wrangled over here, bro.
Hey, I'm a little horned up, so I'm down. Okay.
Let's roll. Where are we going?
Was that too far? Can't be horned up at 7:13
Sorry,
a.m.
Cor.
A new report calls online gambling a threat to public health and recommends stricter regulation. Medical journal The Lancet. Yeah, just Lancet.
Oh,
Put a Band-Aid on it and get back to work. Published a report by a 22-member, that guy had 22 members,
Damn.
Public Health Commission on Gambling. The commission estimates more than 70 million people around the world participate in online gambling, and the 24/7 access can prove harmful. What? The report notes that it isn't just people with gambling disorders who are at risk. While suffering money losses is an obvious effect, the report says online gambling can lead to job loss, domestic violence, and even suicidal tendencies. A spokesperson for FanDuel says the online gambling company fully supports a regulated marketplace that protects customers. It'll be interesting to continue watching as the story continues to grow because we already know the truth. But we'll see how much we're willing to say.
My opinion on online poker has completely flipped in the last 15 years. Because I was begging, right, like, let's get it legalized, let's get it in every state. And now I think it's, 3-ish states, I think, have it. I think it's something like New Jersey, Nevada, and Michigan. I forget where it is. It's like a handful have online poker legal. Everybody else technically doing it illegally.
Right?
Well, in the last 15 years, though, artificial intelligence and solvers have changed online poker forever.
Really?
Well, because now you don't know if you're playing against somebody who is truly running a program on a different screen to play Game Theory Optimal on every single street. So I could be going like, I wonder if he's got a pair of threes, and then all of a sudden, he's running programs to maximize. The cheating is so much easier now than it was 15 years ago.
Yeah. If you're playing online poker against me, you can be sure there's porn on the other screen.
Right. So you're distracted.
And he's had a pair of 3.
But if it was legal today in Minnesota, I would probably dabble, but never with serious money. I would play small stakes buy-ins just for fun to see if I can get lucky once in a while. Would never put serious money on the line again because I just don't trust it. I feel like I'm getting scammed no matter what.
I feel you.
Unless you're playing Hawk.
That's right.
Then I would know that he is not looking at solvers.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, he's watching Fake
And
Taxi.
I'm playing with one hand.
That is a hand I always know what you have. And it's not pocket aces.
No, it ain't.
It's the instruction
Pocket
card.
something. It's like 5 deuce offsuit.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I got a deuce in my hand.
Oh, my God.
Your dad would be so proud.
Sauce, you gonna pay attention or not? That joke was right there. I had to do it for you. I had it too and loaded up, but I was waiting for Saucy.
Yeah, we always don't need to dump on him.
Oh, sure. Either way.
Yeah, it's cool, man. So that's your news. Everybody be cool.
But I still do want online sports gambling. I want to be able to bet on sports in Minnesota. I just don't care about poker anymore. Right? I still want to bet. We need DraftKings and FanDuel and whatever. We need all that stuff.
Gambling whales.
It sure does. I think most of us would have lost money on the old Vikes game last night. Sauce, Alexis is here. She can talk about the Minnesota Wild. Max, did you watch the Wolves game or were you watching the Vikes last night?
I got to watch the second half, yeah.
All right, so Max is here to break down the Wolves. Alexis is here to break down the Wild. We can talk Vikings and Rams after this with Sauce and Sports on the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan. Sauce, can you tell Hawk what you just told this entire room of listeners and friends and family?
Oh, no, what?
Including what you were wearing.
Yeah. You
Or
just
not wearing.
Tell Hawk and Max what you just told me, Alexis, and this entire room.
So, last night during the game, we watched. I woke up. My wife and I watched the second half in bed, right?
Yeah, you did.
Right. And it's me.
Were your feet off the edge of the bed?
No, not yet.
Under the covers?
No, it's me, my wife, and the
Giant freaking head naked on the bed?
Yeah, my giant head has its own king-size bed that it lays in. And,
by the way, for future Sleep Number commercials, that's what you should do. You'd be like,
Yeah.
my body's sleep number is a 60, but my head's is a 76.
it's pretty good.
Thank you.
Sleepnumber.com. Anyway, so we're laying in bed, and I'm like, all right, cool. They get the ball back. Cooper Kupp makes that horrible decision to step out of bounds. We're going to do this. We're going to march down the field, and we're going to win.
You're heavy.
I am.
Oh.
I think that was mentioned.
Don't say that.
And the face mask,
Me?
face mask call happens, and I immediately get up and I go, I think I yelled MFer. I threw my hat.
Max Fuller.
And I stood up, and I was standing there in just my undies, yelling about how if Jordan Love gets that call every bleeping time, the dog scattered. My wife was like, you need to relax.
So you slingshot out of bed in just your
That's
undies.
the fastest I've ever moved in my entire
Throw
life.
your hat and then MF the TV that can't talk back about how if Jordan Love had that happen to him, the flag would have been thrown every time.
I think I said, quote, how the bleep do you not call that?
How long were you on your
mask?
feet pacing and screaming? 20 seconds? A minute?
30 seconds.
30
and
seconds.
The best part is the hat wasn't on my head. It was on my nightstand.
Oh.
That's like extra angry.
I was pissed.
So what is she saying while you're throwing a tantrum?
Oh, I'm a knucklehead.
Wow. No,
Is she saying, like, calm down?
Yeah.
Or is she just laughing and watching you do what you do?
Sayonara, suckers.
No.
she's mostly.
There's Marnie. Tell Marnie that you were just throwing a tantrum in your underwear. See what she does.
Yeah, I get into it. I love sports. I'm sorry.
No, you did. Yeah, it's great.
That's rude. My name's Corey. I don't ever get mad. Blah, blah, blah. I'm a machine. Blah, blah, blah. I give myself the stranger every day. Blah, blah,
Corey,
blah.
what was the last play you yelled
I
at your
wear a
TV
blindfold
about?
and hammer myself.
Hamilton.
The movie Cats.
That's not how George Washington would rap.
Brilliant, Maxwell.
Marnes, we're having a day because Chris didn't sleep on the plane, so we're having a day.
doesn't
Marnes,
matter.
buckle up, buckle up, Marnes.
It's been a great run.
Hey, are you going to tell Marnes the same thing you told Alexis?
Squishy.
Oh,
Whoa, yeah, Marnie. He apologized to Alexis ahead of time for what he's about to say because he's just on one.
It's a good thing he did because there's been some moments.
Yeah, it's so rare. I don't feel like I've witnessed or been around that type of verbal behavior.
Well, it's on level 10 today.
yeah, it's
Yeah, well, I
turned
got-
up to 11.
I got home at 1 a.m., so, I'm running on like 5 hours.
Yeah, but at least you got the high of a win, right? Chris got the low of a
That's
loss
true.
and a plane flight all the way back from Los Angeles, and he hasn't slept.
You didn't sleep at all. Like dozed off.
Does it look like he slept?
He might be sleeping right now.
No. Didn't sleep at all.
Someone get that man a pillow.
All right, hang in there, buddy.
You can lay on my front, Hawk. Did you watch The Conjuring on the way there or on the way back?
There.
Okay.
Why?
Makes a
I watched
little more
Apocalypse
sense.
Now on the way back. I love that film.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. I watched a snail walk across the blade of a razor.
Thanks, Rango.
Brilliant.
Sauce, you want to do sports?
Yeah, I like to keep doing this bit.
Which is what, bitch? Just seeing what Chris will say? It's going to continue
Nobody else
during
talk
the
and
segment.
just let him go.
It's not over. I wasn't putting that to bed.
Okay.
Don't get your undies in a bunch.
Yeah, don't get your undies in a bunch. Especially when you're throwing a fit
It's time
I was
for
mad.
Fan
I
5
wasn't
on
the only
the
one that
Power
was mad.
Trip.
Sorry, I
presented
care.
by All Around Property Preservation.
The Vikings lost 30-20 to the Rams on a basically game-ending safety that should have been called a bleeping face masking penalty. The Vikings scored on their first two possessions, but the Rams matched them. The Vikings have zero interior pass rush.
Wait,
and
stop
that
there for a
cost them.
second, and you're right about the pass rush.
Oh, thank you.
They threw the stat up on the old screen last night. The Vikings scored touchdowns on their first two drives. The Rams scored touchdowns on their first two drives. I can't believe that's the first time that's happened this season in the NFL, that a team has gone back and forth 4 consecutive drives to start the game. Don't you think that would have happened at least once by now?
Yeah.
That was the first time so far in 2024.
That first drive looked like what we saw when we played the Texans, that they were just going to get the ball and just run a fast break offense down the field. Kevin O'Connell was going to show Sean McVay every trick he had. I mean, he's throwing to
Ta-da.
who's the number 11? Hawk, who's number 11 on the Vikings?
Steve Granger.
Steve Granger. And then who's the other tight end that caught the other touchdown?
Jonathan Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson. And then it just kind of stopped. Somebody, hang on here.
You're thinking of Sherfield and Oliver.
Yes, thank you. Something called True Media Sports, that after like basically the first 15 plays, the Vikings are 23rd in yards per play, 21st in points scored, 26th in pass yards, 27th in rush yards,
And number 1 in your heart.
and 29th in first down. So basically, after the scripted plays, it goes south. Not good.
Not good.
Why don't they script the whole game?
That'd be a good
It's a
idea.
great idea, Hawk.
What would you call for the first
Why
play?
don't
Hawk?
they make the entire plane out of the black box? Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Kind of. Actually, is it maybe that's somebody making fun of Seinfeld?
I think you're right.
I think that is. It's very meta.
We're not going to be tested on this.
There's no
Justin
ways after the
Jefferson.
show.
I'm going to check out while you're talking about sports and just wonder who did that, Jake.
You know
I
what?
think it was SNL making fun of
I'm going to tell you
Seinfeld.
this, and I mean this in all sincerity. I deserve that. You checking out. I deserve it. Justin Jefferson had 8 catches and 115 yards. Stafford threw for 4 touchdowns. The Vikings are 5-2.
Yeah, man, let's remember that.
They've lost 2 straight, but they have a mini bye. They battle the Colts a week from Sunday Night Football at home, and the Colts are hideous.
Like
they
that.
should get to 6-2 by like 8 days from now.
I'd like to have a mini bike.
Mini bye.
Whatever.
Careful. It's easy. What would you do with your mini bike?
I'd probably take her out for dinner.
No, now we're talking about the bike.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you,
Whoa.
you went back to, you said, I said bike, and then you changed it.
Holy man.
Welcome, Marty. See, you see what we mean? You see what
Holy
we
man.
mean? How long do we have left?
Christian Darrisaw was hurt on a meaningless play at the end of the first half. He was ruled instantly out with a knee injury. Yeah, we will probably know in a few hours if it's bad, and it looked bad.
Didn't look good. Looked like he was in a
needed
lot
to be
of
helped
pain.
off the field.
Yeah. He was in a lot of pain. Didn't look good. But
Yeah.
I'm not giving up, Charlie.
My name's Paul.
I don't care.
The Wild beat the Lightning 4-2. They are 5-0-2.
Let's go.
Kaprizov scored twice. Eriksson Ek scored, and Matt Boldy also scored. The Wild battle the unbelievably bad Philadelphia Flyers tomorrow at noon.
Are they
Alexis.
bad, really?
They are pretty bad.
Tomorrow
Yeah,
at
they're really,
noon.
really
Yeah,
bad.
noon. They're on Cool 108, which is...
Why is it a nooner, by the way? Cool 108, I think, is 93.7.
I'm not sure why it's a noon game, honestly.
Isn't
But
tomorrow night? Oh, is that an away game?
tomorrow's on the road. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah, I don't know then.
But it'll time out well. We got Ghosts at 2:30, Wild at noon. So pull the game up at the tailgate. Check it out. Yeah, the unbelievably bad Flyers on the docket next. I think the Wild have a chance to close out October with 2 more wins. I got Philly and then Pittsburgh at the end of October next week. So we'll see.
Undefeated, baby. Let's
Do
go.
the Flyers still have our buddy, what's that kid's name? Cates? Remember he came in, he was super,
Oh, yeah.
like the brothers
That's
that came in, they were
Charlie
both
Bailey Cates?
super nice.
That's a Zach.
Blood Brothers or a couple of black dudes?
Noah and
Brilliant
is it
mix.
Jackson?
I don't know.
Oh, Noah Cates?
Noah and is his brother Jackson? I think it's Jackson.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
That's
Tito?
okay.
What again? I can remember the grandparents' name from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but I'm forgetting
Yeah,
two nice
correct.
local kids.
were
I think
very
it was
nice.
Noah
It
and
is
Jackson.
Jackson.
Okay,
Good
they were both
dudes,
super
man.
nice.
We met them at the Saints game, remember?
Yeah, they were at the exactly.
yeah.
And they came in and played initials. They were good dudes.
Good dudes.
Yeah.
Terrible initial players, but great guys.
It's easy to say now that you're the champ, but let's wait an hour and see if that holds.
As the current
Current champ.
Yeah, Marnes,
I'm trying to
you're
make
good at it.
history today.
You're very good, Marnes. History
Thank
and how?
you.
You've never won twice in a row?
I don't think anyone has.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm trying to do it today.
I hope you do, Marnes. You got
Thank
a good
you.
shot.
Thank you.
Captain Checkout back
Yeah,
there.
Sauce is counting out half the
He's either
crew
going to
today.
get 12 or 0, or he's going to ring in and say Peyronie's disease about 6 times. Isn't that the crooked wiener
It
disease?
sure is. We've referenced it so many times in today's show.
Martins, the Wolves beat the Kings 117-115. Julius Randle was motivated.
Did you
and
beat the King last night?
and he dominated. He had 33 points and had 32. The Wolves are 1-1. They battle the Raptors tomorrow for their home opener. That game can be heard right here on The Fan.
Hey, Marnes, why did he look so disinterested in game one, and then he just kicked ass in game two? Why did he not flip that switch for prime time Lakers season opener, national TV? What the hell?
You could ask that of multiple players on the Wolves team. I don't know why. They don't know why. Tuesday was not, it wasn't there, and there's no explanation for it. Why on the season opener in LA, LeBron, all the glitz and the glam, TNT, why they were flat. And, I guess that just happens sometimes. I don't think that he didn't want to win. I don't think that he didn't want to be there, but it just, whatever. I hope we can just throw that game away and go, okay, we just needed a reset. And, Julius Randle looked great last. He had 22 points at halftime. And he kind of carried them through the first half and carried them through the second half, especially through the fourth quarter. It was a really good game. There was a ton of energy, ton of jump. It was all the fly around and all the things that you would hope to see from the Wolves. And we shot 50 3-pointers.
It made 20, which is solid. That's 40%.
Yeah, we Sally O'Malley that. We didn't shoot 53s in any game last season. The most we shot was, I think, 41. That's a huge number.
But Naz Reid, 4 of 7, Julius Randle, 5 of 6. So if you have your bigs going 5 of 6 and 4 of 7, that's pretty good. That'll work.
Julius Randle, 5 of 6 is a tremendous number.
Hawk, your thoughts?
Yeah. I think Julius is good.
Okay.
And, I'm a big fan of the Wolves.
Maxo, your thoughts?
And playoffs start tomorrow.
Try to follow that, Max.
Yeah, that's hard. It's like trying to follow Stephen A. Smith right there. No, that's exactly the game Julius Randle needed to have, because I think all of us in the Twins fan base in that first game, we all sounded like the 4 non-blondes. We're like, what's going on? You know, like what's going on with Julius Randle? What's going on? I don't know if that was the right tone. But
That's Marvin Gaye.
Well, yeah, close. But yeah, that was exactly the game he needed to have. He was super efficient. Now, he didn't just put up 30, but I think he was like 13 of 17 or something ridiculous like that. And Anthony Edwards was amazing. 24 assists compared to 17 in that first game, so the ball was a lot less sticky. And that was, Marney mentioned the volume shooting. That was one thing that Chris Finch mentioned several times during the preseason. That's what he wanted. He wanted the Wolves not only to be an efficient three-point shooting team, but also jack up more threes in general. They need to just attempt more threes. And 50, Marnes mentioned it. They didn't even do that once last game, and they've already did it in the second game of the season. So, and that Kings squad is really good. Came down to the last shot. DeMar DeRozan missed a three to win it. So Wolves get their first win of the season.
Song.
Let's roll, baby. Home opener tomorrow.
The Gophers battle Maryland tomorrow at 2:30, and Game 1 of the World Series is tonight between the Dodgers and Yankees in L.A.
Marnes, back to the Wolves for 1 second.
Yep.
He just mentioned tomorrow is the home openers against Toronto. Is that on TV? You're working tomorrow?
Yes, it is. We have a 1-hour pregame. So we are on the air on FanDuel Sports Network at 6 o'clock.
FanDuel Sports Network.
At 6 and the game at 7.
All right, awesome.
This is so good.
Marnes tomorrow night, pregame, Toronto versus the Timberwolves. Vikings news is next. Alexis Pearson is here. Marney Gellner is here. Max Fuller is here. The three of them are taking on Sauce and Hawk at the initials at 8:15 on the Fan.